we go. All right, all right. Good evening. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Doing all right. Doing all right. Living the dream, surviving the myth. So,
Can't quite place it, but there's something different about you. Can't
yeah.
can't put my finger on it. Just can't quite get.
Yeah. Yes.
Listen, I know it feels good. I know it's gotta
It's
feel
one
good.
less thing to do in the morning. I don't have hair, so I don't have to comb anything. But
Oh, that's awesome. That's good for you. It's a relaxed look. A relaxed
yes.
look.
Thank you. It is a relaxed look.
Yes. And a well-deserved one at that.
Yeah.
Absolutely well-deserved one at that. So, no, good to see you. It's been a whopping week, I think, right? Was it last week?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That conversation last week was, I thought was a fantastic conversation. The whole idea of paying to play and all that. I thought was a great conversation for people to be. Anybody that didn't see it, there were some clips that came out of it. I was getting ready. I was going to post some of those up as like shorts, but I felt like it was a great show all in all.
Yeah.
It, if you can't pay for it, play better. That was the bottom line of the whole thing. Ultimately,
And we've talked quite a few times about what needed to come next in terms of growing the hobby.
Yep.
Much better. And I put myself in the turd of AJ6. In terms of growing the hobby and where we need to be, and it's been, last week's episode drove a lot of the conversation from a lot of other players as far as, hey, looking to go to an event, what should I worry about? What should I plan? What should I bring? And I'm like, okay, great. These are all great questions. Having people as I pointed people out, where you at? Oh, we're in Florida. Great. Are you anywhere near, Dead End Outfitters? And they were like, yeah, just stop by and talk to them, man. Hey, we're looking to go to our first event, Third Coast event. What should we think about? So Cole Telton. So yeah, here we are. There we go.
Yeah, that works. I don't know if I'm gonna like that, but we'll give that a try for now. See if
yeah. So yeah, just the other half, okay. So sound check. Okay. We let Ron Jeremy in the show. Hey man, no. Ron had his run. It ended the way we all thought it was. Okay. Right up there with Harvey Weinstein. Okay. So leaning towards Gladius.
Yes.
More mill to the sim. We brand ourselves as a combat simulation company. So we're leaning very hard, very fast and forward. You got some exclusive content literally before the show started.
I wouldn't say anything. I'm going to let you bring that. You're bringing that one up. That's something. I'm excited about it. I thought it was fantastic.
Dude, I was like, yeah, when Snick sent me the footage, and I went, okay, great. And I called Coach about 10 minutes before I got online with you, and Coach was like, what do you think? I said, yes. He goes, do you like it? I said, I fucking love it. Let's, we're going to tease it at Gladius, and then in 26, we're going to sell them. So expect to see a lot more of these things on the field, more mill to the sim.
Absolutely.
Look up, the sky is falling.
Like I said to you, the numbers. You said the one that was funniest to me is it's that short shot, but it hangs out there forever.
Ever.
Did I hear something? What's going on?
Yeah, it's like uh-oh, and it's got like a brass ring to it. Anyways, whenever you want to, I want to wait for if Toucan's gonna get on, we'll play with Toucan and get his his what are those? What do you call it? Video impression. God. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
But Gladius, 7-8-9 November, arena training facility, 2,200 acres, lots of cool key terrain Got some background behind me. Vehicle-enabled operations. So we're going to be moving players around the battlefield to the key terrain points. Did a podcast on Sunday night. Everybody asked all their own questions as to who the OPFOR was and how many there are. And I said, you guys didn't even ask those questions, man. Good evening, Lucky. So I was in the TCA staff's messaging me going, no one is asking the right questions. And I said, yeah, I know. It's kind of hilarious. Reaper's on the OPFOR, right? No, Reaper's not on the OPFOR. The other half is we've got some great people that are on the OPFOR. I think in terms of hit calling, not going to be an issue on either side. Integrity's high on both ends. You've got players running with Third Coast staff, running against Third Coast staff. So, Colt Helton, what is the right question to ask? The other night with Mark, it was like, how many vehicles are on the OPFOR? I said, well, okay, I might be able to share that with you. Equal to or greater than what's on the JTF. So, 8 to 12 VICs.
We're outnumbered. First and foremost, we're outnumbered.
Yeah, but I always use the NTC or JRTC mentality where the OPFOR is replicating a much larger force, and they can do that. They've got home field advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got guys running with Lucky that know the terrain quite well. The scenario is also based on the OPFOR having the Dragon Force Gear security having field position. So that means the JTF is going to have to conduct a force entry operation.
Mm-hmm.
And that means fight their way into the box. So I got friends that are on active duty going, man, you're having a lot of fun with this. I might actually want to come and observe. I said, come on, sir, come on and observe. You're right there at Fort Benning. Come down the road. Come see a learning laboratory.
Colt says right there, and it's a super valid point. You don't need a lot of men, just the right ones.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that the guys on JTF aren't going to be the right ones, but this could played right and perceived right by guys on JTF. You can see that if you run, whether it's a mixed bunch, if you got 5 green and 5 tan all running together, you guys run right, you communicate right, do everything the right way. You don't need 500.
Right.
Your 50 will do just fine.
Yeah.
If you're playing right, if you're communicating right, if you've got your armament dispersed correctly. You've got enough rifles, you got a couple long guns, you got maybe a grenadier, if you're split up the right way, you're unstoppable. But if you guys are all wanting to be the number one and you're splitting off in every different direction and there's no communication, of course, a house divided, that's
not
just
going to
what's going to
stand.
happen.
Some classy examples, we had Joker, the awesome clown posse, as we call them among the staff. They are over at Starburst a couple weeks ago, and being the Imperial leader, I was like, all right, hey guys, great, Joker squad's here. Okay, hey guys, I want you to go take Wendy, and when you take Wendy, I want to hear the horns, honk the horns when you get there. And they were like, okay, we can do that for you. I was like, yep, if anybody can do it, you guys can. And they got on the objective, and I heard the freaking and I said, they made it, they did it. And I saw their video today, and I went, see, motivated folks, mission focused,
Yep,
made it happen. And it's not that we have a shortage of those guys. It's just that sometimes you got to evolve as a squad, or as a fire team, and you go, hey, you know what? Let's play the game like it's real. Let's stay mission focused. Let's try to shoot, move, and communicate. Yordi, hello, and I am the best airsoft player.
Pretend hard. That's
Okay.
become my favorite one. Pretend hard. Guys, get in, get immersed, be a part of it, do everything you got to do to keep it moving forward. The whole thing, and be cognizant of each other. When you're doing that, you're even your 5 or 10 guys are not the only 5 or 10 guys on the field. You may need to sacrifice your position so that another position can be overtaken. You might need a lot of things you got to do to make the overall game better, to make your win better, to do those kind of things.
Colt, how the East and West are going to play together in a command leadership, how they're going to work together. Quite simple. They have to have a mutually supporting plan. If Western's doing this, Eastern needs to be doing that. And now they're going to learn at the command level, at the leader level, how supporting operations work, how synchronization works. So it's much more than playing checkers. It's going to be playing chess. They're asking great questions over there. Who's controlling the air support? Well, not you guys. Division. Who's controlling the air assets? Artillery is going to be managed a little bit at y'all's level and a little bit at my level. And you'll see that soon enough here in our exclusive content for the End of Airsoft. Why that's important to bring that up. But, Colt's asking a great question.
Yeah.
And there's iron sharpens iron. Having those two sides work together for a change, you'll see some mutual respect being born.
I am truly, and we talked about this the first time you told me about it. I'm super excited about the idea of it. I think it's a great idea. It builds and develops the for the next game too. When they play against each other again, now they know they've played with. Now they're playing against.
Right.
They're like, maybe I've played with him. He is actually a pretty integrous guy. You're probably not hitting him. You'll have that in your head at that point, or I mean, you might even be able to use it to your advantage. I played with him. He plays like this.
Right.
We can't go against him like that, and it teaches you to adapt your play style as well.
Yeah. So, like I said, they'll walk away knowing each other, which is great. Somebody asked me, "Hey, I'm spending money on uniform, being on the Dragon Force. Hey, you guys, this isn't a one-off, is it?" Absolutely not. I think that we've done the Vietnam game like this, where we ran with, the TCA staff ran with the Viet Cong, the NVA, and the U.S. ARVN forces. We did it in Dragon Rogue 5, where we had the Dragon Force there. I'd like to think that the AO really drives the scenario.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, the AO really lent itself to this situation where I have to get the green and tan to work together against a force, and then that force knows where the key terrain is, so we know where the battles are going to be. Is it scripted? Sort of, but not really, because it's still force on force. There's still 9 objectives out there that we got to take. That the Dragear force has got to try to hold. So that means 5 of 9. It's going to come down to 5 out of the 9 objectives having to be held.
Yep.
So yeah, there's a lot of TCA, normal TCA scenario cooked in. Tier 1 on Friday. Coach is like, "Hey, I'm going to do a miniature Gladius on Friday night." And I was like, "Okay, all right, I see what you're saying. Go for it." To kind of get people in the mindset of working together. And then if you did the tier 1 on Friday night, you're looking at the operations for Saturday and Sunday going, "Oh yeah, this is going to be great." So yeah.
The whole base. First of all, new AO for me. I know that my understanding that the AO has been played by others, and we've talked about this so many times.
Yeah.
4 companies can run 4 different games at the same AO, and you won't even know you're at the same place.
Right.
It absolutely, you can absolutely do that. But it is 100% new for me, so I'm crazy excited about that piece. The layout, the gameplay. My guys are chomping at the bit. We're kind of wishing it was here already. I got some new guys coming who've never played a national Milsim before. These are all trained guys that know what they're doing. They've never played a national event before, so they're super excited to get out there and and do what they got to do. Played third. Oh, there you go. I didn't know Lucky's been there a couple times. It's funny. You're back-to-back events that are different than your traditional Third Coast events. and you see some people going, I don't know. And look, truth be told, I don't want to. I'm not here to punk anybody or anything like that, but this is the hobby we chose. You know, a lot of us are dumb at heart, so this is what we're doing. You know, some of us are so dumb we did it for a living. Um, and,
Yes.
you know, and so we go, we play, and um, you know, I don't own $150,000 boat. I don't go out doing. There's a lot of things I don't spend my money on. This is what I
Yeah.
get to do. And guys, if this is part of your hobby, this is what you want to do, just come into this is a whole new thing for pretty much everybody that's going to be there. I don't think,
Yeah.
you know, new for TCA on so many levels, which means it's going to be new for all of us.
Yeah, and we've been there before with Centurion, and we've had a great time. And while we were there, it was um, let's take a look at how would we do things if we ran an op here. And the guys asked me, "What do you think in Sal?" I said, "Well, a battlegrounds is the best way because we'll be able to get players on these really cool pieces of terrain that if we go force on force may not happen." The other half is you have to do vehicle enabled operations with 2,200 acres.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You just everybody's like, well, the whole March to daylight thing, and I'm like, yeah, that sucks. I'd rather put you on a vehicle, drop you within 200 meters of the objective,
Mhm.
and let you move forward. I think that's where Centurion really does it right in their scenarios because it's a breathing scenario and it grows and you find yourself moving from key terrain to key terrain. In this one, having both sides, having the op 4 slam into the JTF or the JTF slam into the op 4, it's going to be great. Hey, what's up, William? So yeah, I think in the weather, better cooperate. Damn it, that's all I got to say. I want some cool weather. Starburst was hot. Iron Knife was hot. The running gun we just did last weekend was hot. Come on, guys, give me a break. Where is the cold fronts? So
You know, did we talk? I don't remember if we talked about this um, last week. The walking thing, and I know some people have mentioned it before. Wow, it's huge, it's huge, it's huge. I mean, yeah, you offset it. You know, when we did Clash, we offset it with vehicles, and we had just the roving
Yeah.
U-Hauls to pick everybody up and dead players. We didn't want anybody, you know. But whether you're at 2,200 acres or you're at 100 acres or whatever you're walking all day. You know, you're moving all day. It's
Yeah.
more of a mind thing. It's more, in your head that, wow, it's so far. Well, okay. If you're being dropped near a scenario, you're still walking, you're still moving, you're still doing what you got to do,
Yeah.
and you're moving all day long. Don't let that play in your head. That's we're out there, we're walking, we're moving. I mean, that's just what it is. Now, granted, you said lots of vehicles to get
Yeah.
everybody to the fight, but you're still moving. Colt asked the question. Um, Want to know if I could confirm or deny something.
Sure.
uh,
Sure.
how much can I confirm or deny?
You can put it out there as to where you're going to be, what your role in all of this is.
Okay. So, Colt, yes. The rumors are true. I not only am I on Op 4, I am part of a 10-person team, but I am also Op 4 North Commander.
Yeah.
So, I'm assisting in overall command, um, to uh, to make sure that everything runs smooth for the Op 4. And with that, by the way, since I was able to answer that, I want to add on to something you mentioned before. People talking about uniforms. Um, I spent $43 on my uniform.
A whole
A
$43.
whole 40, and that's top, bottom, and before anybody says no, that wasn't from Build a Bear. Right? Granimals
God.
does not make multicam black. Um, $43 for top, bottom. Actually came with a hat, fingerless gloves, and a balaclava. Okay, straight off Amazon because I'm more concerned that my gun works right. You know,
Right.
I got the right pattern, I got the right color, I got all that, but I'm more concerned that my gun works right, that my shoes are right, my eye pro is right. I spend my money on on all that.
Yep.
Now, if this becomes a role that I'm going to be playing more often, then yeah, I'll get something that's going to be more comfortable, more durable, all of that.
Right.
I still have my uh, multicam Tropic that I got the first time I went to Starburst when I
That's
went way
right.
back in the day, and I bought properly then because I knew that was my green uniform. I was going to be wearing that more often, and it still lasts me to this day.
Yeah.
I'm sure these will make it through Gladius, and then that'll be done. But if I have to do it again, I'll buy a proper. But guys, buy the uniform. You don't have to go crazy on it. Worry about the stuff that's more important for your
Yeah.
feet,
There's
your eyes,
well
your
that
gun.
somebody said cry or die, baby. I'm like, yeah, okay. Um, well, Anthony, you're buying a kid's size. That's jacked up. No, come on.
Black pajamas.
Asian size runs small to begin with. Okay, come on, guys. You have to get a 6X to be a large regular. Um, anyways, so yeah, I look at who's on the op 4, who we brought in, tier 1 op 4. We brought him in over to the Dragear Force. Lucky is a camo whore. We know that. But again, I go back to this is an opportunity for East and West to, be in units. One guy goes, "What's the point of running faction-specific camo for this one?" I mean, you're right. I mean, the TCA staff is going to look lone survivor. We're going woodland tops and DCU bottoms. Arguably, the best camo combination you can have, because you can just blend in instantly.
Right. That breaks up all kinds of background right there.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. Unit cohesion, Lucky, right, spot on.
Yeah.
I think having folks, still subscribing to the unit, unit camo patterns is a big deal, because it's unit pride, unit integrity. So, yeah, one of those times where we're going to bend the rules a little bit and let people rock, camo, faction camo can kind of go to, wear what you want to wear. Provided it's not Rhodesian and it's not gray and it's not black. So yeah. Good evening, Snake.
What's going on, Dion? How you doing, Snake? What's up, guys?
So, let's see who's
being told what to and what not to say.
Yeah.
What you're allowed to let out.
What I'm about to let out. There's people asking questions about the thing that you're going to demo or you're going to play tonight.
Okay.
Toucan needs to drive faster.
See if he's on his way. If he's gonna make it.
So Dion,
still running late.
Dion's gonna be awesome to have you there, man. Let's talk about Dion Franklin for a second.
Mm-hmm.
His videos with the shotgun, the Wolverine shotgun, was amazing. He had it at Iron Knife, and he was just.
I don't know if I saw his video. I know that he had it.
Yeah, he was knocking stuff down, and there's people out there like, why do you guys allow semi-automatic shotguns? I'm like, why wouldn't you? It's a weapon system like anything else. The AA-12, the Dracaris. Thank you, Wolverine, for taking that step and building that awesome thing.
You should have been a fly on the wall when we had the conversation at the tech class. That was a huge conversation about what could we change, what would be better, what makes it good, what makes it bad, what fields don't allow. It was good hour-long conversation. Dion, by the way, I'll talk to you about it. I told you I'm working on something for Dion, a folding stock for him. Yeah, it's I've got a couple of guns that I've made folding stocks for. I just finished the VSR-1, so it's it's a combat sniper, scout sniper rifle with a folding stock, but it's HPA, air in the stock, and it folds still. Yeah.
Dude,
So
that's next level, man.
that's
You
what
know,
he's talking about. He's got an M4 that he's got a folding stock. He's wanting to be able to keep it HPA. So we partnered together on it, and I'm almost got it done for him. Hair off on something, but we're almost there.
so I think the shotgun is a great tool that is misunderstood. It's almost as if a lot of fields reacted to the Dracaris the way the Germans in World War One did to American shotguns. It was like, oh, it's vile, it's inhumane. You're like, yes, but it also shoots, and it's compared. It's like our submachine gun class. You're
Yep.
trading off distance for volume, for short range volume. And people who understand that can run it very well. Dion runs it very well.
Yeah.
That video was fucking awesome. One thing that we've talked to some folks in the industry lately, behind the scenes, is, hey, where are the light machine guns at? We've kind of punted that hey, milsim wise, where are the light machine guns at? I still want my chopped RPD. That's not going to run me $1,400. G&G has come back, and the MG42 is out there, and the MG3. So you're seeing them slowly eke back in. I think 26 could be a great year for the airsoft light machine gun.
Lucky answering Colt.
Yeah, Serious Viking in February, Iron Fury March, Snowbreaker April, or the first weekend of May, depending on GTI's training obligations to DOW.
I think the direction you're headed with these events, and specifically talk about Iron Knife previously, and now Gladius. If we're stepping up to that, hey, let's play the roles a little bit. And I hate to use the word serious. Airsoft and serious definitely don't go together. But if you're immersing yourself more in the role, then play the role. You watch. You mentioned like the lone survivor thing, but if you watch or know anything about some of these guys, you're moving sometimes with two guns. You've got a sniper team, for example. Sniper doesn't only have his sniper rifle. I mean,
Right.
otherwise, what good is he in a firefight? He's
Yeah.
got his sniper rifle, but he's got his primary or a defensive weapon as well. So as we move forward in those roles, and you get guys that want to play that role. Well, I'm a breacher, or I'm running this role or that role. Well, now they're building those guns. They're support weapons, so they've got great quad assault weapons. They've got
Right.
great LMGs. You start moving that in, absolutely, Snick. Buy in for sure. Buy in. I think if we continue to build that mentality, guys won't have the problem that we see sometimes. We go, well, I don't know about that one. I'm not playing that one because it's this or that. Well, you don't even know.
Well,
I
it kind of goes back to the airsoft medic. Way back when, 10 plus years ago, we went to events that had designated medics. And Third Coast, we were like, not important. Don't create something you can't enforce. It's kind of like reloading anywhere but you can only reload in the fob.
right.
Come on, guys. How do you enforce that? It's like medics. How do you enforce that? And then plus in the land of the real, where as a commander, I was like, 100% of my guys will be combat lifesaver certified or TC3 certified. It doesn't take a medic to come save you, just like it doesn't take a commo guy to come fix your radio.
Right.
And so when we were like, well, you guys should have assigned medics, you're like, no, it doesn't work. I want to take away people's excuses for cheating, so we're going to go ahead and up the ante and say everybody can medic anybody. For example, the aid bags are going to be crucial at Gladius because the Alpha is about a mile back that way, boys. Versus where's the aid bag?
Yep.
Where's my unit's aid bag? Go regen, get back in the fight. That I think is going to be crucial because it's going to teach players that it's not about the alpha. It's not about the casualty collection point. It's about where's my first sergeant or where's my commander with the aid bag.
It's funny you mentioned. I found this when we played Stronghold. a lot of my guys here, that was their first event they've ever played. Right? There's guys that are playing here indoor that just got into airsoft. That was their first one. It was local, it was down at the prison, and they some of them were like, "Hey, can I be a medic?" I'm like, "Well, everybody's a medic." He goes, "But can I play just as a medic?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I don't really want to carry a gun. I just want to run around and be the guy that rescues people."
Yeah.
And it was shocking to me to hear somebody say that, because I'm like, that's in my head, it's not airsoft, but that's his airsoft. That's
Right.
how he wants to LARP. That's all we're doing anyway is LARPing. We're being dumb. That's what he want, and they did that. They were supply. They brought out water. They wanted to play that role. They wanted to be, S4. They wanted to be, they wanted
Yeah.
to do all those kind of things. So,
And go back to Iron Knife. You found yourself in the talk at one point, and you're
yep.
like, I kind of
Oh,
like this.
oh God, I forgot how much fun that was.
We just didn't have a coffee pot, which I think is
I told you I'm fixing that this time.
that was a major AAR lesson learned. It was like, Western's got a coffee pot. Shit.
I am fixing it this time. You have my word.
Hey, well, you were Chaos 6, so you didn't know what you were just like, hey, so we got coffee, and I went, oh, oh, oh. So yeah, that but it goes back to one of the guys who's new to Third Coast came in and went, what I love about your events is there's something for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Provided they buy in.
Yep.
Right. And it's okay, Charlie, what are you telling me? He goes, well, my son wants to be a sniper. Okay, get him plugged into the sniper thing. I want to be more of a let me walk forward and see what's going on, and I'll decide whether or not I want to get in the mix, as a rifleman. Oh, we want to take a break. Okay, great. If it's an event with a programmed break, they know exactly how hard to push, and then they're going to get a break. Of course, I laughed because he picked Iron Knife to be his first TCA event. I was like,
With no break.
Brother, Chuck, what have you done? And so Gladius will allow people to push hard for 3 hours, take a break. The game is going to pause. It's going to freeze, basically where pause X is, and it'll pick it back up. It'll also allow the leadership to absorb what just happened and make changes to their grand plan. So that's a big piece. So Colt, that's a good one. You get paid to LARP or you pay to LARP. Yeah, take your pick.
I'm bringing it. Jeez, I promise.
Yeah.
And it's my roast. From my company. I'm bringing my coffee, my roast.
Bringing the roast, the good stuff.
Somebody else has to bring milk and sugar, though. I'll bring the coffee. I'll bring the pots. I'll bring the mermaid can. I'll bring the whole thing. Somebody else has to bring the milk and sugar.
Woof. Bringing the Turkish bullet, 60 cups of coffee. Yes. All right.
This is the going back to. I mean, Iron Knife. What made that fun for me? No, there were no breaks, which meant you planned your breaks. Nobody running 24 and a half hours. No, but you got to actually buy in even more. You got to be like, all right, my group is doing this. You reported in and you reported out. Like,
right.
You did it intentionally, which made it that. I've been saying, for the past month and a half, absolutely my favorite event in 13 years of playing airsoft, and 8 years of actually going to mil sims. Absolutely, 100% my favorite event. And I played at night and I played in the rain. The two things I hate doing.
Yeah, I was gonna say two things you don't like doing.
I really don't. And it really made it. I embraced it, and it was so much fun. That's why now I'm really trying to, like, I wish I could reach more people to be like, listen, just trust me on this one. Just give it a shot. You're gonna surprise yourself. Absolutely gonna surprise yourself.
Yeah. We still haven't released all of the sleeping baby pictures that we have from guys falling asleep in the talk.
Oh, I have all angles of Colt on the floor. Yeah, yep.
But it's like, hey guys, we're not roasting you. We're just showing that your dedication is like, I'm not leaving the field. I'm not leaving the talk. Wake me up if you need me. I'm like, There you go. So, question. Where is Toucan?
I don't know. Cool. I'll ask him. Let's see if he. If I get a response.
He's like, I'm driving on the Dolphin Expressway. Leave me alone.
He said this was like an impromptu meeting that he had to jump into, and it looks like it's still going. So
all right, so
he's looks like he's gonna have to miss this. He'll watch the replay.
he'll watch the recast. So Gladius, one, everybody saw us break out the RPG simulator for Starburst, and dozens of questions came later on. I know the Op4 got their bell rung during the train up. Lucky, the sir said dolphin. Coach had been working on something for a while, and when he brought it in and said, "Hey, Sal, Snick, guys, here's what I'm thinking. More mill to the sim, like Snick says. What do you think about this?" And we were like, "Oh shit!" And so roll that beautiful footage, and we'll talk about it afterwards. So if you can,
let's see. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. 1 second, we'll get it there.
Okay. So it's one more thing for the staff to plan, because they have to plan the positioning of said system. And they're going to get an education in it at Gladius. And then, come 26, they'll have the ability to have the system, and then, players will have the ability to also get said system.
So, come on.
The anticipation is crushing.
Yeah, right. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Trying to get everything to cooperate with me here. So there we go. I didn't bring it down like I should have when you first sent it to me.
It's all right.
Let's see. There we go. That's what I did before. The only problem is it's sideways, so I'll see if I can rotate it.
Ooh,
I'll be able
which
to.
which one is sideways?
Well, the video that you sent, is that the one you want me to?
No, there's another one. Let me
Is
see.
there another one? Okay. Oh, there's two more. Okay, I didn't.
Yeah.
Those came after the fact. All right. Sorry about that. Let me grab those. Okay, that one there. Okay. The first one that came down was sideways, so I won't use that one. There's two more. Perfect. There we go. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry about the tease. We're gonna go ahead and I think I'll move this off here. Okay, I'll move that off, and I will share.
And yes, both sides will have the system, Op4 and JTF. So hook her up, buttercups. So.
I don't do this often, so y'all gotta bear with me here because I don't actually.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty good at using Restream. However, it's like riding a bike. You have to like relearn how to grab the handlebars.
Yeah.
They're stalling extra for Toucan maybe to show up.
That's what it is. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. I got two here. Somebody running. I'll say it like that first.
Yes.
You want that one first?
Let's do that one first.
Okay, let's see. Make sure I get this right. Oh my God.
Yes. It's about a 120-meter shot at 45-degree angle. We added something
Jeez.
called an inclimeter, which is not, if people get the normal tube, it doesn't come with an inclimeter. You got a couple of us that are trained either field artillery or, in my case, I went to the mortar leaders course, MLOC way back when, on how to use mortars. So the inclimeter tells you the angle of the tube, and then we actually have a data card that shows the range, time of flight, maximum round altitude, so that way you're not wasting rounds. Our plan is to train the mortar crews at Gladius with the inclimeter, with the freaking data card, and then definitely going to use it in the tier 1, definitely going to use it in the main game. And
That's
then come
fantastic.
26, we're going to field the system. We're actually going to sell the system.
Which is super cool. Oh, look at that. As I'm getting ready to launch the second video,
Very well then.
who should show up finally? But there he is.
Special guest
All right, so
appearance, me.
so maybe play this one again so that way he can see it.
All right.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Ready?
Because there's a couple of people already asking, play it again.
Is that a mortar?
That is
No
the
way.
mortar. That is the mortar. And you may not have heard, so Sal will say again, that distance is
120 meters at a 45-degree angle.
Yep.
So if you're the data, so the data, if you don't use meters, you use feet. That was 360 feet.
All right. Let's see. Now we've got video number 2. Oh, throw that one up there.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. I don't know. We got the black screen of death. I guess it didn't.
Yeah.
Just didn't play.
It didn't. Oh, did it not? It didn't.
We heard it. We did not see it.
Interesting. All right. Let's try it again. Let's see. Move it. Let me try to put. I'll put another one on. So I'll try it again. Give me 1 second. Try this one more time. Video. There we go. You see it now?
No.
No, sir.
Still no?
Still
No, sir.
Wow.
But the video you should have seen is on the receiving end. What you're hearing as the round, and what you're observing as the round's coming down on you. I think it's going to be epic. Both sides, JTF and OB4, will have mortars. We're looking like Snick always says, bring more mill to the sim. I think it enhances combat simulations, which was the goal that Coach had when he researched and got a hold of the company and brought these things in. You got smoke, you got single high explosive, and then you got multi-bang. 120 meter range, 365 feet, It depends if you believe in metric or English. Yes, you can fire it closer to you, but why would you do that?
The joke I made earlier in the stream, by the way, Tiny just jumped in there. What's up, buddy? The joke I made earlier in the stream is Sal sent me the range list, uh, angle versus distance,
Yes.
and there's one on there that is an 85-degree angle, travels approximately 20. It was 20 meters, right?
Yep.
Approximately 20 meters. Those who don't know, it's about 60 feet, give or take. But its flight time is just about 8 seconds, which means you're shooting in front of you, basically right in front of you, straight up in the air. They're going to hear it, but they're not going to see it or feel it for 6, 7, 8 seconds,
Yeah.
which I think is just hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. Maximum flight altitude for you drone guys on that one is 165 feet in the air, or 55 meters. So, and then talking to the developers, their system, it was based off the British 50 millimeter mortar tube, World War II. And they were like, yeah, don't shoot it less than 45 degrees because the rounds aren't going to go where you want them to. You're going to want to shoot it starting at a 45 and going from there. And I said, okay, great. So 45 degrees gives you your optimal range, and then you're working the angle to bring that back from that range. So, I truly feel that this will push the envelope in terms of no longer are you subject to BB range. You never were at Third Coast. You could always call for fire. You could always call for air support. But it was always so artificial when you had a guy dressed in black run over there and set off a simulator. Now it's hey, there's mortars, man. Like, this is shooting farther than a tagging round or farther than a 40 millimeter. So yeah, it's gonna change the game. Yeah. Spread out. Don't hang out together. Start looking up.
I think that roughly like a 50, 55 is degree angle is going to be a great, because they're closing in on position where some guys can actually start hitting you.
Yeah.
So you can see them, you can engage them, and if there's enough of them, this can stop them. So you can actually hold them back at distance. So like a 50, 55 degree angle, I think is actually I think you're going to find a lot of engagement there.
And if you can't see what you're shooting at, all you need is your location and the target's location and the distance and an azimuth. And you can get that off TACNAV. You plot your position, somebody sends you a grid to the enemy location, and as long as it's within 120, 140 meters, you might be able to actually like azimuth it with a compass, or phone's got a compass, and then you adjust for distance. And you could be hanging rounds and hitting targets you can't even see. What a mortar's made for.
Lucky made a great point right there. High ground may not make it matter anymore, sir. DTI, you're down, and what's that? Sarah or any of those areas.
Yeah.
Okay, call for fire right from there.
Yeah.
Don't have to try to rush the hill like
or you set the tube. Yeah, you set your tube up at Sarah, and you're hitting targets up on the ridge.
Yep.
Hitting Mary up at the pipe yard. So shit, and you may not even see where it's coming from. You're just gonna have rounds coming down on you, and you're like, where the hell are these guys shooting from?
Yeah.
They ain't coming from the parking lot. I'll tell you that much. But better keep a sense of where you're shooting, where you could be shot from. Drones now, one, they're dropping payload. Now they spot something. As long as somebody at the top can plot a grid and they know where their mortars are at, they can turn around and tell the mortars, hey, I need you to spin to 270 degrees at 100-meter distance and give me one round smoke on the deck. So
Can we talk about that real quick? By the way, we were talking about buy-in before. We were talking, and I mentioned, I didn't spend a lot on my uniform, but I worry more about like my gun, my iPro, my boots, kind of thing. You talk about buy-in. These guys with their drones now, from the time drones started in airsoft to where they are now, these are guys. These aren't Walmart, $80 Sky Viper drones.
No,
These are
no.
thermal, guys, thousands of dollars on these drones, and their ability to control them is just amazing.
And
Knowing where
now,
they're flying at night,
yeah,
in pitch black, they're 1,000 meters away, and
yeah.
these things are flying. It's absolutely
And
amazing.
now you have the electro-optical package, which is basically an IR camera, something you wouldn't want to have on your head because you'd be giving away your position.
Right.
But because it's a drone and the FCC rule, FAA rule, sorry, you can't engage it. So it can take off with an IR spotlight and use digital nods.
Yep.
The price of these things is coming down dramatically. We bought one for Third Coast and Junkies, and it was very expensive. And now we see one that popped up in my Facebook feed, and I'm like, that's how much they are now, really? Hey, lucky, yes, dropping munitions and medical supplies. So we took a page right out of the Ukraine and from Helmand Province, Afghanistan. We're like, hey, we need some more Class 8 out here. As long as the payload, we really pushed the payload on the range on that one. He was like, Sal, this is about as close as I can get to your objective. I'm like, great. It's within hand grenade distance of us. We'll just drop the payload. We'll pick it up. So, yeah, again, friends of mine that are still very much in the development, the future force development, they're like, we need to come out and watch an airsoft game because you guys are doing more drone operations than we're seeing right now in the transformation and contact. The brigades going to California and Louisiana. It's like you guys are not afraid to really get after it. And I told him, I said, yeah, we flew somewhere on average of 40 sorties with UAS. And they kind of like hung their heads in shame because they only flew like 4, and they were like, wow, man, that's 10 times the amount of UAV or drone that we just did out in California. And I'm like, yeah.
My only question in regard, like, I used to say this a lot, and it's, I don't know in the real world how the engagements are, but I always felt that if you bring something onto the battlefield, it's on the battlefield. It can be engaged.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying shoot a BB at somebody's $7,000 drone.
I am.
But how do you how can we bring some realism to that in engaging a drone, and whether it's shining a flashlight at it and that means you've hit it, or something along those lines.
So we nibbled at it about 2.5 years ago when we gave each side a Stinger missile. And we put a Cerberus tracker on it, and it created a bubble. So as you moved that Stinger missile around the battlefield, it created a bubble that showed up on Cerberus. Without giving away way too much, what Gabe wants to do is bring that back in a way where each side is going to plan an air defense bubble.
Okay.
And before you drop the payload, you've got to verify whether or not you're in or outside that bubble, and that'll protect the force. We already have that counter battery artillery thing where they're planning back and forth on how many tubes of artillery to shoot to suppress the other guy's artillery. We've got it to where each side has to plan air superiority windows to keep away close air support. And then, oh, that's okay, we got drones now. And you're like, okay, shit, we better give one more thing for the command post to plan. And, it doesn't take much to get the drones tied into Cerberus. We got the helicopter tracking at Stonebreaker, so we could see where the helicopter was moving around on Cerberus. And Godfather was like, "Oh, the things I want to do."
Right. I mean, it's nothing to put a little tracker on one and then get that tied in. So that shouldn't be that hard. By the way, thank you, Kyle. I appreciate that. Appreciate your words, man. That means a lot.
A huge side note,
The
what a great event, by the way. Absolutely.
Yeah, vote for it, please. Go on the what's his name, Random Airsoft. Give us a vote, please. That's really for the staff, to give the staff a sense of accomplishment for putting it all out there. So,
Gladius, what do we want to say? We got a couple minutes left. I know what I want to say about it, but
I would say, hey, come on out, come run with the TCA staff. Instead of shooting at your buddies on the other side, come run with your buddies. So run with the Third Coast staff, run with the Eastern or Western guys that you don't get to see much, except in the parking lot. At a brand new AO, be a TCA plank owner, and say, hey man, I was there for Gladius 1. And so that way when Gladius 2 comes around, you can be the wise sage, and go, all right guys, let me tell you about the last time I was here. So that's it for me, man.
Toucan.
Yordi, I think it's random guy Kev, if I'm not mistaken, does the Airsoft player vote. It's pretty good. Airsoft rules, come to Gladius or be an absolute dweeb. Very simple. D-hop, obligatory, best thing on the market. Mic drop, hold on. There we go.
Thank you very much. Guys, like I said before, I'm not trying to I don't want to punk anybody. I'm not trying to do that, but listen, this is you're gonna I put a post up before. You're gonna be the guy who says I wish I had gone if you don't go to this one. That's just how it's gonna be. The intent behind this one, the engagement behind this one, the people that are at this one, all of it, you absolutely positively gonna want to be at this one. And I just heard weather's gonna be beautiful, Sal. Don't worry, it's gonna be fantastic.
Good, because my plan is
weather.
One of the Third Coast staff is driving, so I'm going to give him one of my guns so he can get D-hopped. Finally.
Thank you, sir.
Have a Texas gun. I'm going to bring my Georgia gun and my Texas gun and get them both D-hopped.
There.
Because, damn it.
It's only been a couple years. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. Because every time I test fire one, I'm like, oh, I want this. So, yeah, for sure.
We are bringing what is now called the Fulcrum. Doc, he made he designed a gun here, and it's he pieced it together, and then we did our magic inside, and it's actually called the Fulcrum now. It's a why can't I think of the name of the gun now?
It's the lever in which to gain the advantage.
That's what we're going to be giving away at the raffle. Beautiful looking gun, great performing gun. And Dom, he named his very first gun for the lineup, which is of course does not fit in with the naming convention. All our guns are normally we got they start with a V, and they're all Latin, and he comes up with the fulcrum. So, but it's okay. Fulcrum it measures the distance, the difference. So
I will forever call it the Volcrum.
Really looking forward to this. The Volcrum, yeah.
The Volcrum. The V is silent.
Looking forward to this. So excited. I get to run. I'm running with Toucan. He's actually going to be with me. I'm running with my son. I'm running with other guys. We got it's a chance I'm getting to run with everybody and run on a completely different side than we've ever run on before, which is even cool. Actually, that's not true. Toucan has. He's actually run on this side before.
Yeah.
A lot, and I'm proud.
But getting a chance to do it, going to be amazing. Going to be amazing. So, guys, get your tickets down there in the ticker, thirdcoastairsoft.com/Gladius. Go ahead and get to that. Go buy your ticket. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be beautiful weather, and you get a chance to shoot at me and Toucan and the rest of the guys. So, looking forward to it. Sal, thank you very much for coming on, as always. I really appreciate it. Toucan, thank you for cutting your meeting and coming on and jumping on. I really appreciate that.
I'm probably in trouble, guys, but it was worth it.
Until next time, guys, thank you very much. We'll see you then.
Later.